Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here. If you remember in the second to last video I made, I said I was going to go ahead and remove the columns from the Boston House Prices data set that had a p-value of greater than 0.05. And so I went ahead and did that to conduct an experiment to see if I removed the columns, if it would improve my accuracy. And what this video is about is this video is going to go through the methodology that I used in this experiment to actually remove the two columns that had a p-value of greater than 0.05 and to see what the accuracy of the prediction was when I did that. So the first thing that I did was, you can't see it here, but I imported the libraries that I would need. And the libraries that I imported were StatsModels, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. Those are the libraries that I imported. And to use the Boston House Prices, I also had to import warnings. And the reason why is because the Boston House Prices is deprecated, and the reason why is because it has ethical issues in it. But I wanted to use the Boston House Prices because I wanted to use a house price data set that would give me varying p-values. And so when I used the California house prices, it didn't give me varying p-values, which is why I'm using the Boston house prices, although it's deprecated. So we import our warnings. We import Boston House Prices from sklearn because Boston House Prices is a toy data set in sklearn. And then it just gives you a message saying you should not use this data set and the reason why is because of the ethical considerations. XY equals load Boston, return XY equals true, and we print the shape. The shape is 506 rows by 13 columns. So our X value, you can see that. And then so what I did was I took the X value and I converted it to a data frame. And the reason why I needed to convert it to a data frame was so I could remove the columns that I needed to remove. So we named it housing. And then this is your Y value, which is your target. And then what I did was I used Seaborn to actually graph out a plot of the target, and you can see what the target looks like here. Now what I did was I used linear regression on housing. XLM equals SM.add constant housing. LM equals SM.OLX. Y, comma, XLM fit. So we fit it into the model and we print the summary. So you can see the summary here and you can see the p-values, which number 2 is 0.738 and number 6, I believe it is 0.958. So those are two columns or two features that are higher than 0.050 p-value. And so those are supposed to be insignificant or not significant. So now what I did was I used sklearn's linear regression to check the model and to perform a prediction on the model, and we got a 0.7406. So you can see what your prediction is there. And then now what we do is we drop feature 2 and feature 6 from housing. So you can see that there's no 2 and no 6. and then we select our model again, and we make a prediction on the new data frame, and it is 0.7405. So you can see that with all 13 columns, you had an accuracy of 0.7406, and then you can see with only 11 columns, you had an accuracy of 0.7405. So the accuracy was slightly less. So what you would assume is if the p-values were not significant and you can remove the columns, you would assume that you would have a higher level of accuracy. But that didn't happen. We didn't have a higher level of accuracy. Actually, we had a lower level of accuracy. So this is just the result of the experiment that I performed on the Boston house prices. So you can see it that when I removed those two columns, we didn't get a higher level of accuracy. We got a lower level of accuracy. So we will just have to keep studying and conducting experiments to see what happens. But in this instance, when you remove the two columns, it did not improve accuracy. And that's the name of the game, is improving accuracy. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me when I'm suffering ill health to know that I'm still getting subscribers. So thank you again, and I look forward to making more videos for you in the future.